Exercise 5, installing Azure IoT Edge for Linux on Windows, or eFlow, on our Windows 10 VM. So for the first step, let's go back to our RDP session and run PowerShell. So we search for PowerShell, we click Open. Back to our lab instructions, we have a script that we must copy to our clipboard. Back to our VM, paste and run. Again, you can right click to paste in a PowerShell window. Now that the script finished running, we'll move on to the next step. One more script to run. Back to our DP, run the script. Now that the script finished running, we need to run the next step, which is the deploy eFlow command. Paste this in. When prompted, press enter to accept, yes, you agree. Press enter again for send required data. And now our script is running. This script may take some time to run. Now that our script finished running, we're prompted to press enter to reboot now, or close the PowerShell window and reboot manually. So we're going to press enter to reboot now. Our VM will reboot. We'll give it a few moments, and then we'll reconnect our RDP session. Now that some time has elapsed, we'll go ahead and reconnect to our VM using the same RDP file from before, which will be in your downloads folder. You'll be prompted for the password again, which is again in the create VM params file. I'll provide that password. Click OK. And we are logged back into the VM. Okay, now that we're logged into the VM, we can move on to the next step. So now that the VM is restarted, we can run the same command again. This time you'll notice we're setting memory megabytes to 2048, so we're giving 2 gigabytes of RAM to the eFlow VM as we're running a handful of containers. We're passing the accept EULA yes parameter and the accept optional telemetry as well. So this will prevent the prompt that we saw last time. So I'll open the PowerShell window again. I'll paste in our command and press enter. Now this script may take some time to run, upwards of 5 minutes. So while we wait for the script to run, Now that our script is finished running, we can move on to the next step. So if we refer back to our lab materials, you'll see our next step is that we have a script that we need to copy to our clipboard. We'll go back to our notepad. Here's my scratch pad for my commands. So I'm going to paste this in. I need to use my scope ID from earlier, replace that. I need to copy my primary key, copy that to my clipboard, replace that in the command as well. Highlight the whole command, copy it to my clipboard. Now we can go back to the RDP, to our PowerShell window, run that command, and the script will take a moment to run to correctly configure eFlow using the DPS provisioning information, the individual enrollment that we created earlier. Now back to our instructions. Next steps is we're going to go to the Azure portal. We're going to find our IoT Hub resource, and then we're going to take a look at our IoT Academy Edge device. So I could either go to my resource group or I could search for IoT Dash. Searching for IoT Dash, I only have one IoT Hub resource. It is shown here. I'll go ahead and click on it. Then I'm going to go to IoT Edge. We can see my device here. I'm going to click it to view it. And we'll notice a couple things. The Edge agent is in a running state. Edge Hub, you'll notice, is in a NA state. This is because we don't have any Edge modules or routing configuration configured, which we will do in the following steps.